As much as celebrities don't want to admit it, the internet is usually right when it comes to seeing the red flags in their relationships. From DDG and Halle, from Keke Palmer and her baby daddy, to even Cardi B and Offset. We have seen so much of y'all's content, so much of y'all lives through social media that it is impossible for us not to see the red flags. And also, men are trash. But we're going to talk about all of that. Let's get to it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the Black Black Council.
What's going on, you all? I want to talk about these relationships coming to an end, from DDG and Halle to Offset and Cardi B to Keke Palmer and her baby daddy. I think they didn't got back together. I do not know. But we've seen a lot of celebrity relationships end during the last couple of months, even the last year. Recently, DDG shared a post on Instagram talking about him and Halle have decided to end their relationship or whatever. Before that, we had Offset and Cardi B, and we all know the famous situation with Keke Palmer and Usher and her baby daddy. We've seen all of that. And the reasons why I want to talk about it is because there is this thing that is happening and has been happening for the longest, and it's social media. The celebrities that we have now are not the celebrities from 10, 20 years ago. The industry is not the same. These celebrities have to sell their relationships, not just in magazines and photo spreads and all the other stuff like interviews and talk shows. It's now Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We have way more access to them. And when we have two celebrities who are in relationships, we're going to see them try to make money off of their visibility. Let's be honest, a relationship breeds more visibility. We love to see quote unquote love. We love to see relationships and all that other stuff in celebrities because we want to believe that one day that will be us. And now that these celebrities have built this quote unquote parasocial relationship with us, it's not the same as the tabloid tea of, oh, we saw Oprah doing this, we saw such and such doing this. It's now us seeing how y'all react to things in real time. And sometimes the internet does do a lot. Sometimes a lot of the things are a reach or, girl, that's too much. But the internet has been hitting it the last three. With these three, they have been on it. They have said time and time again that these relationships were doomed from the start. They pointed it out, and say what you want to say. Yes, it's a lot for someone to be picking apart these relationships and saying all this stuff, but celebrities feed these things to these folks. Not saying that celebrities should be private, but y'all are making money off of y'all relationship. And this is what happens. It's the same thing that happens with the royal family. The UK or whatever, they make money off of the royal family. They are able to sell tabloids and all the other stuff. The press makes money off of them. Celebrities, they do this. We want to see the relationship. We want to see the baby pictures and all the other stuff. The whole baby shoot thing is a whole thing now. It's not in the magazine, it's being revealed on Instagram. Rihanna did it. Cardi B has done it. Even Nicki Minaj has done it. That is a whole thing. We are getting access to celebrities more than we usually do. This was not a thing 20 years ago. We would see the baby picture eventually, but now we're seeing whole photo shoots and all these things. We see everything, and y'all are feeding us everything. So yes, it's not uncommon for folks to see certain things from the people who y'all no longer follow, to a tweet that you might have reposted or something you may have liked or commented on, or how you felt when someone said thing. We can tell because we are seeing y'all in real time, 24/7. So we can talk about DDG and Halle specific because it's not just that, but it's also again, like I said, these men are trash. And a lot of us who are big fans of you all, specifically Halle, enjoy her music, loved her in The Little Mermaid. We didn't want to see her get with a trash man. We did not want to see Halle with a trash man. We did not want to see her with someone who was a goofball. And DDG is a goofball. And, you know, folks were saying, oh, that's love. Y'all can't help who she chooses and da-da-da. But you know what? No shade. Like, y'all whole thing is a business. Y'all whole thing is a business. And you being in a relationship with your partner and the way that y'all like post and the way y'all on the red carpets and like how y'all interact online, how DDG was posting videos, like we saw videos of you being pregnant in the back, like we saw that, like y'all are making money off of this. Even Simone Biles, where her husband or fiance, whatever he is this week, did a whole, interview about their relationship. Like y'all are using y'all relationship for more visibility. And when we see things, then y'all are upset like, oh, da-da-da. Y'all are feeding us these things. And some of us are noticing patterns. Again, men are trash. And also we have dated men. Like, it's not just us picking up a magazine and going through y'all photos and all the other stuff. Like, we know this person who you're in a relationship with because of social media. Like, we can see even their past tweets or their conversations about certain things or how they did their last partner or their, the mother of their child. Like, we can see a pattern and people are going to get commentary on it. Like, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Like, you all only want the commentary when it is good and beneficial for you all. But when they're seeing things that like, hey, I'm not sure, like, oh, we don't, like, y'all too much, y'all invested. You are giving us, you're selling the stock. You are selling the stock to us. So why are you surprised that folks are invested in a relationship that you have made so public? Again, celebrities do not have to keep their relationships private, but when you go so far as to do a whole interview about your relationship, you open yourself up for that. Like the way Simone Biles' boyfriend, whatever, like spoke about her was a little bit of a red flag. The situation with Keke Palmer and how her baby daddy responded to her, like getting this like dance or whatever by Usher and being serenaded, like how he went on social media to embarrass Keke Palmer, raised red flags. Like, no man should be doing that. DDG constantly doing goofy stuff and using Halle for content. Even their child being used as content. Even as far as Offset using Cardi B in music videos and in songs and stuff to get more visibility. Like, y'all know what y'all are doing. Like, y'all are also, all these men, if we're being honest, are in relationships with women who have more success than them, have way more success than them. And I've said this already, like these men are struggling to be able to have their own identity or anything because of their egos, because they are men and they benefit from patriarchy. They don't know what it feels like to not be the breadwinner, to not be the one who is needed. And they're struggling and it is showing. That is why you're seeing an Offset say something like, I won. Because these men are not necessarily interested in building families and maintaining families. Like, they're wanting the kids. These men are not necessarily interested in building and maintaining families. Some of them already have kids from a previous relationship or previous, situation or whatever. So these men have never shown us that they care about maintaining a healthy family, quote unquote, dynamic, the nuclear family. They're not interested in that. It is not something that they're thinking about. And a lot of these men are trapping these women. Like, we don't want to admit it. A lot of us don't want to admit it, but these men are essentially trapping these women. That is why you saw Offset say, I won, you my baby mama. Not just financial gain, but also power. Like, I've already sullied you or whatever. Like, I already own you. Like, I won. That's what he's saying. Not even financial, but just the power I have over you because I have, quote unquote, put my seed in you. You have my child. Like, you belong to me. A person who says something like that never was interested in building anything with you from the beginning. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, we just have to be honest. Like, and it's not, and to be honest, it's not just celebrities. Like, I don't want to just say that it's celebrities. Celebrities in their relationships are unique because they're also a brand, and who they are in a relationship with, matters. Like, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's going to bring you down. And for some of these women, they are more successful and they're bringing more to the man, even in situations where the man may be more popular or more successful. Them having a specific looking woman, a desirable, light-skinned, thin woman or thin, period, brings them more visibility. Like, that matters. Who you are in a relationship with matters. Like, that capital, the desire capital comes with that. Unfortunately, we do it. We see it all the time on social media. We see the couples who go viral, like specifically the gay ones. Like, we only usually see the young, masculine presenting ones. Like, when y'all use the pictures of I Want This One Day, y'all not using the older couple who've been together for like 30, 40 years. We don't have that many elder gays anyway, but there are some that exist, but y'all not using that. Y'all are using the images of masculine presenting men because y'all recognize even just using that picture is like the desire is being sold. Like, you may not even be masked, and the partner you may choose may not even be masked, but the idea of masculinity being centered and present is enough. We all do it to a certain type of degree. We have slipped up and said, I remember seeing a tweet some years ago from someone who said that when they date guys and they get to know a guy, they think about how their pictures are going to look online because that matters. Nothing else matters about the connection, but what matters is the desire that comes from being in this, not just relationship, but this relationship with another desirable person. So going back to these celebrities, like, they benefit the utmost with it. Like, they're able to sell this thing, this love or whatever. Like, we even have, Victoria Monet and her, partner or boyfriend or whatever he is. They have ended things. I'm not saying that Victoria Monet and her, baby daddy or whatever ended because of him doing some messed up stuff, but I respect how Victoria Monet and him moved. Like, I respect how she moved in the situation. Like, but she was, there was pictures of them, there was videos of them and their child and stuff. Like, that's the things that we were seeing. But Victoria, being a little bit more polished, she understood, like, to slowly distance herself from this man. And she released a statement, and that's how you do it. DDG, the way he did it, I would not be surprised if DDG posting that caught Halle off guard. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if she wasn't aware that he was doing that. And the fact that folks can't tell if he's being serious or joking for content lets us know how goofy he is, how goofy of a man he is, that this is a man that will make content pretending as if him and his partner like have broken up or whatever. Like, this is a man that Halle has, had a child with. Like, these men are not necessarily interested in building a family, even if they pretend, even if they say yes, even if they get on a knee and propose to you and ask you for forgiveness in a big crowd of people. They are not doing this for you all. They're doing it for them. Like, we've seen Offset do all of those things, to prove that he wanted to get back with Cardi B. And the ending situation is, I won.
I also want to add that this is not the first time that we have seen men struggle with the success of their wives. And we saw this in Ike and Tina's relationship, and even in a movie, What's Love Got to Do with It? As many times we have seen the reaction videos from that movie being made for like funny content and people dressing up as Ike and Tina for Halloween and things like that. Was a real life experience that Tina experienced from Ike. the abuse that she experienced, the physical abuse that she experienced from this man struggling with her being more successful than him. So I'm not saying that that is happening in these relationships, but we also have to understand that there's different forms of abuse. It may not be physical, but it can be mental. And the way these men are moving and how they are reacting and using social media to get back at their wives, it's something. I don't want to call it that, but I would be a fool not to see the same things, like the same things happening, like history not repeating itself, but it oftentimes rhymes.
You did all of that begging and pleading just to comment and say that I won, you my baby mama. That speaks to your character. And I think that men are also wrestling with the fact that the fan base of these women are recognizing that and are not messing with it. So then you get this quote unquote battle of the sexes where the men like are responding to Offset and supporting him, but also are not supporting him enough to get him a #1 album or a #1 single. But the women are out because women spend money. Like they spend money. They're out here supporting. The women are the ones buying these concert tickets and buying merchandise, and like women spend money. So like these women are going to be good. I honestly hate to see these situations where women are, in these relationships with these men who are not in it with them for the right reasons. Like they're not trying to quote unquote build a family. They are like only worried about themselves. Like, because they will give you a child and then they will leave. Like, and it turns into this quote unquote co-parenting situation. And it's just like, is it co-parenting when the woman is the one that has the child the most? When you got 3-4 other kids with other women? Like, how much co-parenting you doing? Like, how can you be in these many houses at one time and maintain your celebrity status that is bubbling under? That's all I got, y'all. Just something I've been thinking about, and relation to these relationships ending. Like we've seen a bunch of them recently, and I think that honestly, even if they are ending, I'm loving seeing that women are choosing themselves, because I feel like in any type of way or whatever, I feel like that Halle was the one to probably end things, and DDG and his ego was probably pissed, because men are not going to end a relationship. Men have no problem ending relationships that they are not happy in. They just don't do it directly to their partner. They will go out and do other things and let it eventually end. That is all I got. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later. Bye.